Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany. Welcome back and welcome to day 3 of Bridgerton week on my channel. So, I have a lot of thoughts about episode 3. This really issues a gut punch in terms of emotions when it comes to the flashbacks and when it comes to a major change that made it very difficult for me to calm down. Woosah, so I can get on here and film, but we'll get to that later. I really want to start by talking about every element that I absolutely loved in this episode because I found it riveting. And I think this time around, I'm going to give you a recap as I go through the episode and share my thoughts. I have a lot of feelings brewing underneath, and so I just want to get into it in terms of leading up to that moment. So, in terms of Aubrey Hall, this episode did not have a lot of the scenes that I wanted to see, but I thought their take on it was absolutely compelling and I enjoyed all of the choices except for one. Now, this opening with it just being the Bridgertons and the Sharmans, and the Sharmas, like before, the full party is up in swing at Aubrey Hall. I thought that was a great choice. I love unity of space and time, especially with our two main families. Love to see it. I also liked Anthony, trying to garner some familial support in terms of getting Kate on board. And I loved to see Daphne, coming into her own as the Duchess and also sort of like, teasing him a little bit because of the way that he behaved last season. I did not mind not seeing Simon in this episode because we got to see that baby. I wanted them to take off the bonnet. I wanted to see the cheeks, but I was here for it. I was here for seeing Daphne's discerning eye, okay? And the pall scene was everything. It was everything. I loved how Kate picks the mallet of death and she knows that it irritates Anthony despite how composed he's aiming to be in front of Edwina. And I also liked how in the show they note how Kate just fits right in with the competitive nature of the game and with the competitiveness of the Bridgertons as a whole. They really highlight that, which is from the books, and they're able to showcase that Edwina's a little, shaken up and bothered by their competitive spirit. She's the one that bows out to go do refreshments. And I also like the sort of change in the pall mall scene where Kate's still kind of in the running to win. She's doing pretty well, and she chooses to sabotage Anthony. I loved that. I also liked, because we didn't get to see Colin orchestrate their meet cute, I love how Colin is the one to knock Kate's ball into, the forest near Anthony's. That kind of made up for him not orchestrating their meet cute. So I'd love to see it. I also thought them getting caught in the mud was a moment of levity and vulnerability for them. Their ability to laugh at themselves. I thought that was really important. And like a nice, soft moment before we get a huge tonal shift. The flashbacks of Edmund were heartbreaking. And I loved the change that they made, making Anthony be the one to be a witness to that and to be there with him. I thought that showcased his trauma. I mean, we got to see the full weight of the mantle that is thrust upon him at such a young age. He has to make decisions as a Viscount moments afterwards. He doesn't even get a time to grieve. And so I really like, although it was difficult to watch, how the show depicted that. And although, Kate doesn't get the whole of it, I think it's appropriate that she's introduced to his fatherly wound after such a light moment between them. I think it softens her to the moment where Edwina is sharing. He didn't just talk about himself, he asked about my interests. And I really feel like Daphne played her role as a sister in this episode. I loved and replayed her monologue about the all-consuming nature of love, how one can be vexed by being in that person's presence and vexed by not being in their presence all at the same time. That burn to just like, and yearn to steal a kiss. I really hope that we see an illustration of that between Anthony and Kate, because at this point, he doesn't know what she's talking about. In fact, I think her monologue really helps him double down on his decision to marry Edwina, because he knows he doesn't feel that for her. And during that dinner scene, I really thought that Benedict was going to be the one to ruin the proposal, okay? But thankfully, Anthony ruins it himself. And that leads us to the bee sting scene. Now, I want to preface my thoughts by saying that I am a person that believes that one can hold two truths at the same time. So I can recognize how compelling this scene is and also be disappointed, okay? Because this scene was authorized. You know, she's been introduced into his soul sickness, if you will. We all know what that bee represents, whether you read the books or not. And so to have her really be his anchor in this moment and soothe him through that panic attack, the tension between them, the fact that this is the point of no return in terms of recognizing the chemistry between them. It's compelling work. It truly is. It is the start of the angst. Let the games begin. I truly understand that. I do. Okay. And I was able to grasp that upon reviewing. But let me describe what I saw and how I interpreted this scene on my first go, okay? I saw this scene as the writer's room stepping to me as a reader and letting me know we're doing our own thing, boo, okay? By them changing this iconic scene, the most pivotal plot point that thrusts our couples together, okay? They're telegraphing to me that they are changing everything from here on out, okay? That is the way that I see it. That is what it is telegraphing to me. I am willing to look like a fool online if I am wrong. Okay, I'm a self-actualized person, so if I am, I will dog walk this all the way back. But I am 99% sure that that is what they're telling us, okay? They are doing a new thing, and I'm disappointed by that. Okay, I'm disappointed by that. I feel personally attacked and victimized by the show. Those were fighting images to me. They said, hold the book, watch me work and buckle up. That's what I saw, okay? That's what I saw, that's what I heard, and I'm disappointed. I don't care how much I love Shonda. I don't think you know how much I love everything that that woman does. And because of that, it is very difficult for me to be shocked by like this choice, because I am not a viewer that went in with low expectations. I wish I was that girl. I have tried to be the chill, cool girl all of my life. At this point in time, I have accepted who I am. Okay, I can laugh at myself, but I'm very intense. I like to analyze things. I'm moved deeply by things as well. And I expect excellence from Shondaland. I recently finished Inventing Anna. That show was fabulous. I was not surprised. Who at all is surprised that it was amazing, okay? I'm a little shocked now, and I don't think it was like much of a mental leap for me to be expecting an adaptation, okay? Because in my opinion, there's a big damn difference from an adaptation and being inspired by something. And we absolutely got an adaptation of The Duke and I in season 1. They recast and reinterpreted that for the screen, but they adapted The Duke and I because the integral core of the story remained intact. So, if now in season 2, we ain't adapting the Viscount Who Loved Me, we're just inspired and we're taking the characters and doing our own thing, please be kind in the comments if that's not what's happening, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Okay, so if we're just being inspired, then I need to reframe and reshape the way in which I am watching this. Okay, and I can do that. I am open-minded. I see myself as a creative. I've said countless times on this channel, I'm not a scoffer at creative liberties. What bothers me when we start, dismantling characterization and, well, apparently like the core storyline, it bothers me. I have to be honest about that. Like I said, I can clock what this scene is doing. Is it compelling? Is it authorized? Does it have tension? Is it the point of no return? Yes, I'm a reader. I can glean that out. But I also know what this scene is telegraphing. And so now my hope and my challenge to the show is take your inspiration and do it better then. Just do it better. I don't see myself being disappointed if they are able to do it better. Okay, and the litmus test for me will be that my viewing should not be eclipsed by my reading experience. I shouldn't be having reveries of the book solving problems that arise. Okay, there shouldn't be any of that. That's just my litmus test. I'm not saying you gotta view it like that. You're probably almost finished. By the time you see this, I will be finished with the show. But that'll be my litmus test, and I'm gonna really have to rethink how I'm doing these breakdowns as well, because if I don't know where they're going, like the culmination of the storylines, then I should probably just talk about episode 4 through 8 and give you all of my thoughts in one video and my overall opinion of this season in one go. In fact, it's 6 o'clock on the 25th a.m. and I do have work today. It might even be smart for me to just, put how I've been watching this to rest, because by the time I get off work and I start again, I'm gonna have to duck and dodge everyone's opinion on Instagram, Twitter, my DMs. So maybe I'm just gonna make that decision like on camera. I'm just gonna give you one more video of my thoughts from episode 4 to 8 in one go. I think that's the best way to do this. So, yeah. I'm disappointed in that change because I think I know what it means. I think from here on out, we ain't getting the Viscount who love me. And I'm upset about it. And I think that that's okay. Okay. Also, as far as what else happens in this episode, I've noticed that the Featherington storyline, I'm really not that interested in. Like, I can see how Portia Featherington may not make the best choices as a mother, but she is fiercely protecting her daughter's future. And I like that thematically, but I would be lying if I told you every time they cut to that storyline, I just want them to go back to Canthony. There, that's appropriate. I was gonna say Kate and Anthony, but yeah, I just want them to go back to Canthony. I just want to see the main romance play out. So I haven't really been interested in the Featherington plot. Also, in this episode, Penelope sort of gets, Madame de la Croix? I believe I'm saying it right, the modiste. She gets her on board. We've got 2 women, who own their own business, working together, rebuilding. And I thoroughly enjoy that aspect as well. One thing that I'm starting to clock though within Penelope's storyline is like, I don't know how smart it is for her to be goading the queen. Like, she judged her for not picking a diamond. Once the queen picks a diamond, it's an archaic practice. She is just poking the bear. And I'm not sure, how smart of a choice that is. Because I do enjoy the queen's character. And one thing I love about her is that, she's obsessed with that pamphlet, but she also understands and respects the sway that Lady Whistledown has. So if it's not favorable to her, they got a problem. She's gonna have to snuff her out. And I suspect that the queen is she probably wants to align with Lady Whistledown, similar to what Penelope is doing for, Madame de la Croix's business. She's probably gonna wanna work with her. And I don't see Penelope wanting to do that. I don't see it ending well if she keeps goading the bear in these pamphlets. So we'll see how that, unfolds. Again, I want Penelope to seem smart. I want her to clock her prowess. I'm always gonna want that. And some of the decisions that she's making, like when the modiste sees her, she just like makes it so obvious and runs away. I was like, what are you doing? But anyway, I just want them to put some respect on her name. So we'll see how that unfolds. We'll see how episode 4 goes. That is when I'll know what we're really doing up in here in terms of changes. But again, like overall, I loved this episode. I thought it was riveting. And I'm interested to seeing where we go from here. Okay, so I want to thank you for joining me. Truly, my channel is really small, and like I appreciate every freaking view that you would just like sit here and listen to me talk. It means a lot. So thank you for joining me. I hope that you can consider subscribing and sticking around, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.